Welcome to Dysfunctional Adults, the comedy podcast in which we discuss weird news, pop culture, and being middle-aged dads. Yeah. We are bitter, cynical Gen Xers saddled with crippling debt and depressingly past our primes. But that's what makes this podcast so much fun. Well, hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jason.
I'm John. We did kind of get out of the habit of introducing ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We just
assumed that every listener of this episode has heard every previous episode.
And
right?
if they haven't, what kind of listener are they?
Yeah, what's stopping you guys? There's only like almost 40 episodes to catch up on.
Yeah.
And it's not all the same stuff. There are some very special episodes out there.
Like the last 20 of them, yeah.
Well, I remember the one where John almost died of COVID. That was pretty important, pretty special.
Yeah.
So, but if you know the Joe Rogan podcast, we're bigger than he is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in fact, when he listens to this later...
yeah. We're replacing him.
Screw you, Joe. I just realized we're in an editing disadvantage.
Conundrum.
Yeah, so I just watched my language.
Nothing cleans up the language like laziness.
Well, if Spotify doesn't want to deal with the controversy of his podcast, they can always pick us up for half of what they were paying him.
Right?
I'll take half of that 100 million.
And double the listeners.
Yes.
You
hear that, Spotify?
He had to selectively remove 70 episodes. How many episodes would we have to remove to remain?
Less than 70 because we only have like 38 or so.
Yeah.
So boom, win-win.
So like 30?
They tell us that.
Possibly.
Remove 38 episodes. But that's all we have. I think this is the 38th episode.
Yep. This is number 38. Coming to you from my tiny office.
It is tiny.
Somewhere
We're
inside.
crunched together like sardines in a can.
Well, that's by design. It's the only way I can feel physically close to you guys without you guys getting weird about it.
I'm not weird about it.
Like that time I tried to
with
take
it.
you to the sauna, you know?
No, go ahead, take the towel off. Everybody does, Zach.
Yeah, well, you failed to mention it was just my tough shed with like a electric heater in there.
Yeah.
Just turn the heat up really high.
There's a kiddie pool at the bottom.
Yeah. Come on in, Zach. Megan, padlock it now.
She's your partner in crime with you.
Yeah.
Accomplice.
She helps me bury the bodies. Anyway. Well, what you gents been up to?
Well, we celebrated the twins' 7th birthday on Sunday.
Well, happy birthday to the twins.
Yeah. And little babies are 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ditched axe throwing with me to go celebrate your birthday.
I know. My
Children.
priorities were all out of whack. I could have mixed the two together and taken 7-year-olds axe throwing.
That would have been good.
That sounds like a fun family activity that's age appropriate.
Yeah. There'd been an ambulance involved.
Oh, man.
We took them to the ice castles in Midway.
Oh, cool.
How's that?
I thought it was really cool. I mean, we go every year.
Really cool.
It's another-
Catch that.
Ah.
It's another one of those things like the Christmas in Color where if you have some, a little toke beforehand, it might make the lights and stuff a little more vibrant, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I would want to go up there, but I'm afraid there's like some kind of snow queen witch up there. So
Hot. I want to go right now.
You guys missed out, though. This is the last week they actually had to close it a month early because of the rising temperatures. It's just not cold enough to maintain it. It's usually open for about 2 months, but it was only open for 3 weeks this year. So
oh dear.
Oh, bummer.
you lost your chance.
Well, I was going to take
all
like
that LSD for nothing.
I was going to take a propane can and a torch with me anyway, and just like ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, you're awful.
I'm just whistling as I'm spraying gasoline on the.
Yeah,
you ever seen gasoline on water?
Ooh.
I constantly have to tell my kids to stop breaking the icicles and stuff, though.
Hey, do you remember when we were filming a movie once and we went out to the desert and they had those like sand formations? Do you remember that?
At Knowles?
Was it Knowles? Yeah, it must have
That's
been
where
Knowles.
we did the certain desert scene.
They had those like hardened like sand rocks that we'd walk past. And
Yeah.
those were cool. I remember we broke pieces off of those, and yeah, you weren't there.
I wasn't.
But we thought about you.
Aw.
Yeah, well,
I feel
John
so special.
John made like a glory hole in one of those sand things.
Oh,
And I
you
wrote-
guy thought about me like that.
Yeah, I carved Zach right next to him.
Yeah.
We had to take him to the emergency room because apparently sand is like scratchy. Oh man. What about you, Zach? What have you been up to? Unless did you have any more to share?
No, that was pretty much it. Just the kid's birthday.
That's special.
Happy birthday, boys.
Aw.
I'm sure someday you'll be embarrassed by everything I've said about you on this show.
If they listen to it, kids don't care what their parents do.
Not anymore.
Yeah. They'll probably just be happy they're mentioned.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching Raised by Wolves.
Oh yeah.
And because the second season came out, so I rewatched the first season just to kind of make it a little sharper in my mind. I forget things way too easily, but really good show. But there's only 2 episodes of the second season out so far, so
Oh really?
I'm enjoying that. But I did get a text from my ex about my son, and it said, Charlie just took a picture of his poop and sent it to me on Messenger.
You secretly laugh and say, yep, that's my boy.
Yep. So, no, actually, what I did is I took a picture of my poop and sent it to her.
Yeah.
It's like, I have no idea where he gets this from. It's attached to a picture of your poop.
So, yeah, that's
awesome.
my kid.
Oh man.
Kids are awesome.
That's pretty funny. Not that anybody asked what I'm doing, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Here we go.
Does actually have another story instead that we could listen to?
Just hang on, Jason. I'm going to think of
I'll
something
think of
way
something.
funnier than what you're going to say.
So yesterday was my 2nd anniversary.
Hey, happy
being married to
anniversary.
Megan. Thank
Yeah,
you.
happy anniversary.
Absolutely. Thank you. And we went to a place I've never been before called Roosters in north of Salt Lake. It's in Layton. And they had the best macaroni and cheese. It had like bacon in it. And it had some kind of spice. I think it might have been like sriracha mixed in or something, but it was really, really good.
Keep talking.
And Zach, can you put that away, please?
Sorry.
When you're 40, describing food has the same effect that pornography does for a 20-year-old.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Our desires have shifted.
absolutely.
Just as carnal, but in a different direction.
So keep telling me about this mac and cheese anyway.
It was really good, and I had a burger. I sent John a picture to make him jealous. It was a what's it called? Gorgonzola cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that sounds so
It
good.
was so good. Yeah. So anyway, it was
Was it
was
juicy?
Well, I tell you what, they have fries called naughty fries. That's what they call them,
Hey.
and they are the best fries I've ever had. So
Are
they
they-
even beat out Red Robin.
Are they heavily seasoned? Is there a little bit of kick to them?
Oh yeah, yeah. Just goes in the mouth, and it's all like
yeah.
a little bit crunchy, but a little bit melty. You know.
Did you get kicked out partially clothed?
Well, that happens everywhere. I guess,
Yeah, okay.
basically.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what we did, and this is super hypocrisy, but we're going to Idaho this weekend.
You're disgusting.
You know they're going to be waiting for you at the border with like torches and pickaxes, right?
Yeah. They heard what you said.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, F Idaho, F you. So I may not be coming back, but yeah, we're going on a little trip to celebrate our anniversary, and we're actually taking the dog because hotels allow that now. It's a weird time.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. It's going to be fun, but
Where in Idaho are you going?
we're going to Lava Hot. So
Oh, Hot
Pocatello
Springs.
area.
Yeah.
So we're going to go up there, hit the hot springs, probably hit the new temple, new LDS temple.
Nice.
Lava Hot Springs is a cool little town.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not bringing the dog to Lava Hot Springs, but
Oh.
Just like leaving her
in
at the hotel?
hotel room.
Oh, okay.
Megan bought, I don't know if this is going to get us in trouble or not. She bought some Benadryl
To knock out the dog?
in case the dog gets too upset, you
Yeah.
know.
Just
So
knock her out?
let's give her a little bit.
It helps relieve anxiety for sure.
But yeah, so I'm not sure about that, but we'll find out if it works. And
If not, you can always get another dog.
Oh, I love my dog.
I'm so sad right now.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on. I finished Schitt's Creek,
The whole first season
nice.
or the second season?
the whole
too?
series.
How many seasons are there?
6. Yeah.
You watched 6 seasons of it in the last couple of weeks? Wow.
He
They're
doesn't
like
go outside.
They're like 20 minutes long.
Well, yeah, you could watch a bunch at a time.
We'd watch them on our lunch break. Megan and I take our lunch break at the same time, and we'd watch it, and then we'd just here and there,
Did it stay great the whole series?
Yeah, it's really good. In fact, it's really heartwarming at the end.
Because I was still on the first season. I almost finished it, but not quite.
Oh, it's good. It gets better and better, and
yeah. They went out on a high. You know?
really did.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted them to continue to make it, but they said no, we're done, and it was a good ending.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
but
Love that show.
funny how much you get into a show that you wouldn't think you would.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was like feeling for the characters, and yeah.
I have cried at Doctor Who, so I know, something as cheesy as that, you get attached to the characters.
I've cried during Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. Because that's one of the duller Star Treks. Oh! No, I actually like Deep Space Nine.
After season 3, it gets really good.
Yeah.
Actually, to speak to parenting, I learned something from that show. Like when I was a teenager, I was watching it, and the way that Captain Sisko interacts with his son, I decided that I would. He always kisses his son on the forehead or the cheek, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that, and I have. I kiss my kids all the time, no matter how old they get.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I do that with my son too, and I was wondering, what age does that become weird? Like my kids love kissing me on the cheek, and they always want me to kiss them on the forehead for bed. And
Sam's 18, and I still kiss him. So, yeah. I didn't get treated like that I didn't have a father. I had a stepfather who didn't like me.
yeah, see, I had a father growing up,
yeah,
but he never kissed us, so I don't know what's normal with that and what's not.
Yeah, and
I think just as long as
he wasn't like
they
the
want you to, it's
loving
fine.
type.
Right, he wasn't. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I saw that, and I'm like, I want to be like that with my kids, and so
yeah.
In the story, Captain Sisko, no matter how old his son got, he'd always kiss him, and so I tried to do that, and yeah, they kind of like, oh, Dad, but they get used to it. And they just let me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, there's something to be said about affection. I didn't grow up with that type of affection either, and I decided I wanted to make sure that my son had that, and if he doesn't want me to, then I won't.
Yeah, my parents, they were both good at saying I love you. My dad still says I love you every time he talks to me. Yeah,
that's cool.
But neither of my parents were ever the hugging, kissing, physically affectionate types.
That's what's funny is my mom wasn't, and now I can't leave her house. She's like, get over here and give me a hug.
Yeah, see, I'm
like, who's this lady?
I don't think I've hugged my mom in decades, but
yeah,
my dad hugs me when he sees me. But
it's funny though how I think when you get older, you kind of realize some things, and
yeah,
like my mom says my grandma would never say I loved you or anything like that. But my grandma told me she loved me all the time.
It's different with grandkids, yeah.
It is, but I think it's also just getting older too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's way too serious for this podcast. So
let's talk about poop.
I did have to go to a gastrointestinal doctor with my wife, and he had a chart of poops. They were actual pictures of poop.
Which one resembles yours?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
The one that's loose and yellow, or this one that's thick and black?
I'm serious. That there was a yellow one, and it's just like this. The pain scale.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there a Mr. Hanky with the eyes?
You guys want to get high? He just wandered away one day.
Yep.
Anyway, so. Funny story though. Do you remember when I broke my shoulder?
Yes, that was funny.
No, it wasn't. But when I went to
it's funny in hindsight. It was not funny at the time.
Worst physical pain I've ever had. I'm sure it's worse than giving birth. So
you are going to be in so much trouble.
I just dropped the gauntlet.
Yeah, but you just got us in a lot of trouble.
No, but I remember going in and the nurse was doing my check-in, and my shoulder's way down here, and I'm by myself because my ex-wife had to go park the car, and they're like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, can you tell us your pain? I'm like, is there a reading for Hurts Like a Son of a Bitch? And everybody, like all the nurses just started laughing. So one of my finer moments.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even though you were in pain.
I was in the worst pain.
The comedy never stops, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope. Anyway, sorry guys. Took too long. I do want to share something with you though. I keep getting these texts about buying my house. And we've done this before, but I want to share what I said this time. Let's see. Looking. Okay. So, it's not a long conversation, but I hope you'll appreciate it. So it says, hello, this is Joe. Do you own a home that you'd like to sell? Who does this, by the way?
Right.
Come on, guys.
Getting tired of it.
That you like to sell but need some work first? I buy homes quick and as is, any condition. Would you like a proposal? I said, I own a crack house. I can sell it to you. The crack would cost extra. And so this guy actually, he's like, oh, I'll get you removed. Before I let you go, I assume from his list, you know.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, do you happen to know anyone who could benefit from a cash offer? I said, wait. You drive a hard bargain. I'll throw in the crack for free. No response.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
that's comedy
harassing
gold.
us. The least you can do is play along for a couple more.
My philosophy exactly. If you're texting me out of the blue, you're in my domain.
Right.
Exactly.
So anyway, I just thought you guys appreciate that.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good.
Anyway,
Well, what do you think? Should we take a break?
let's take a break and then we'll come back with some listener mail.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. It's now time for listener mail.
We need like a dog to, or not a dog, a wolf to howl at the end of that. That would
I know. I
conjure
was
up this
sad when it wasn't there.
Victorian mansion in the woods somewhere, you know. It's like the crypt keeper is doing our mail for us, you know. It's just,
Yeah. Hello, boys and ghouls.
yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
Oh, I love the Crypt
He
Keeper.
scared the hell out of me when I was 10.
I thought he was awesome. Tales
Yeah.
from the Crypt was a cool show.
It
Yeah, it
was. It was a comic book first, though, I think.
I've got HBO Max. I should look and see if it's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch it, and yeah, I liked it. So I like getting scared.
Yeah, me too.
Who wants to go first? John's really into it tonight. You should have had a spoonful of frosting like I did before this.
Your spoon is like a ladle, and you did it like 5 or 6 times.
I only did it 3 times.
Let's switch them around.
Yeah. Hey, Zach, do you want to start with mine?
Sure.
Okay. I mean the one that I received. Okay. Let's get this circle jerk right, guys. Come on.
Dear dysfunctional adults, I am writing to you from the distant future where your podcast and cat videos are the only thing left on the internet. Yes, the future is bleak. To avert the coming disaster that will consign humanity to entertainless eternal darkness, you must pluck a red rose from the Sultan's garden and present it to a homeless dwarf standing on the 400 South off-ramp on July 8th, 2022 at 5:27 p.m. This will set in motion a chain of events that can drastically alter my future and save us from the hell we are forever consigned to. Eobard.
So it sounds like we have 5 months. Let's mark it on the calendar.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna forget.
I know.
this
We need
has
to mark
to
it on our
happen.
calendar and
What-
put an alarm. And,
What I'm hearing is that we have a monopoly on the podcast game in the future. Why change it?
oh, yeah, screw Eobard. Screw that guy.
So that's crazy. Emails from the future.
Hey, we'll take them.
John, do you want to go next?
Yeah. Dear dysfunctional adults, color me skeptical, but I am getting the feeling you guys write your own fan mail. Well, keep up the great work. Love, totally a fan sending mail.
Well, totally a fan sending mail.
You are dead wrong.
My response to you is, nuh-uh.
No, you write your own mail.
Yeah.
Loser.
I say good day to you, sir. Good day.
Get out of here with your crappy theories and
Crazy accusations.
Crazy conspiracy theories.
All right.
I mean, listen to this next one. This is totally real.
Dear dysfunctional adults, we've tried calling you multiple times, so this email is your final warning.
Oh.
Your car's factory warranty is about to expire.
Admit it. That has to be real. We've all gotten that call hundreds of times.
Since it's a felony in 34 states, including whichever one you live in, to drive without an extended warranty, we are offering you one last chance to avoid the legal ramifications of your negligence. All you have to do for us to extend your warranty and avoid the totally real penalties of a $500,000 fine, a stint in federal prison of no less than 12 years, and of course mandatory castration is to send us your social security number, bank account information, and your ATM PIN number within the next 24 hours. Clock's ticking. Let us help you. P.S. This is not a scam. Just trust us, bro.
Well, go figure.
Man, we better do that.
24 hours, man.
My extended,
gotta do it.
Yeah, I don't want to go to federal prison or be castrated.
Did we get any actual fan mail today? I mean, these were all just like one's a bleak and sad future, except for that we're doing really well with our podcast.
Yeah, sounds
Apparently,
good.
yeah.
Take that, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe we do get a spot.
We're filling the void that he left.
All right.
All his listeners have to go somewhere else to get their
And
conspiracy theories.
I'm flattered that we beat out porn as the only content left on the internet.
Right. Weird.
So that's a
I
weird.
wonder what I'm doing in the future if there's no porn. Like, I must be dead. Maybe that's why the podcast is successful too.
Oh, no, you're the heart of this podcast.
You're here too.
Oh, okay.
You're part of the podcast too.
You're one of a three-legged stool, Zach.
Wow. That's an old man shit to say, man.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. So, I was thinking to help to promote the podcast, we would start giving away some freebie advertising. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I think every week we're going to take a product and we're just going to advertise it, and eventually they'll start sending us money to do it.
Oh,
I like this idea. Can we get sued for this?
I don't think so. So, free usage.
The parody laws.
Right.
Yep.
So I've got a product, and I would like to challenge you guys to have one next time.
All right.
Let's see. Okay. This is so this can be found at your local CVS.
Oh boy.
Introducing Swiss Navy desensitizing anal lubricant with CLOVE.
With CLOVE?
CLOVE's
that's what it's been missing this whole time. I've been using like turtle wax and stuff.
you can get an 8-ounce bottle of this liquid gold for $28.79 at CVS.
Ooh.
That's a little pricey. That's out of my price range.
Wait.
Do you guys want to go in halvesies?
I think we can go halvesies, but you're getting quality with the Swiss Navy desensitizing anal lubricant with CLOVE. Let me explain.
Okay.
Why should I use Swiss Navy anal lubricant? It provides the ultimate sexual satisfaction and enhances the pleasure of intercourse.
Hey.
Oh.
This lubricant is the highest quality silicone lubricant with CLOVE. It helps eliminate discomfort and is a must-have for an exhilarating experience. What makes Swiss Navy Anal Lube different from other lubricants? Swiss Navy Anal Lubricant is formulated with CLOVE to help eliminate discomfort during intercourse and provide enhanced pleasure and satisfaction. Silicone-based, it is long-lasting and non-absorbable. Helps eliminate discomfort. Did I mention it helps eliminate discomfort? Enhances pleasure. Formulated with CLOVE, non-absorbable, long-lasting. What's CLOVE?
I don't know, but they're quite proud of it.
It's got a 5-star rating, and here's a review. Makes 10 pounds fit in a 5-pound box. I can't believe how easy it is to use. I have to keep myself from falling in. Yes, I recommend this product. That's a real review.
How many pounds in a how many?
10-pound fit in a 5-pound box.
Who's packing 10 pounds?
Let's see. Here's some other reviews. No, there's no other reviews.
Probably Eobard.
Eobard and his crazy future prophecies. But yeah, so If you're in the market for a desensitizing anal lube with Clove, remember Swiss Navy at your local CVS.
All right.
Just $28.79.
All right. I'm in. I'm buying it. I'm doing this.
I do have a funny story about that.
About anal lube?
About lube.
Oh.
My wife's sister got married in August, and so like the night before, Megan's really, really good at like trying to help people with what they're going to need, you know, like just kind of on the down low, you know, just trying to help out her sister. And so she wanted to go buy some lube for her. And well, for some reason, Walmart has the what is the Walmart brand? Equate.
Yeah.
The Equate brand of sexual lube for $1.99 locked up in a glass case.
You've told this story on the podcast.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell it again.
Do it.
As I look you in the eye.
All right.
I had to wait my ass there 15 minutes. I had to ask 2 people for help opening the stupid lube cabinet, and no one ever came. And I did it by myself because my wife wandered off.
Yeah, nobody ever came is right.
Oh!
Because you didn't have your lube.
Oh.
Well, now I'm old because I'm telling the same damn story.
Well, I'm sorry for calling you out on being old.
No.
It's all good.
We've all done it.
Yeah, that same Walmart, though, I had to wait 40 minutes to get a battery, like a car battery. And
You need to stop going to
I
that
checked
one.
with like 3 people. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's the one on 13th.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep.
The one with the parking garage that you can't park on the top.
Yep.
Have you ever had someone try and sell you what are those called? Tamales
Yeah, every time I go there.
in that parking lot?
Mhm.
You know, I like tamales. I love Mexican food, but I don't think I want to buy them from a stranger in a Walmart parking garage.
That's a good call.
Okay, so why is it? I've always wondered this, why tamales, it is an acceptable product to purchase in a parking lot from a stranger. People, they do this all the time,
They do.
you know?
Yeah, like if they were selling a pizza or something or hamburger or something else, no one's going to buy it. But why is a bag of homemade tamales from someone you've never met okay to buy from a stranger in an underground parking garage?
I think it's the taco cart mentality. You know, the street tacos have gotten quite popular.
Yes, but they actually have a license.
Mexican food
Not-
is safe and nothing else is?
Not at first. When they started, it wasn't like
That's
a
true.
license deal. It was like, oh, let's go get some street tacos.
Yeah.
I said that in the quotation marks.
But we'd say it. Let's go get some unlicensed street tacos, guys.
You have to buy them from some guy in an alley. He's got a trench coat and a sombrero. Do you want some street tacos, amigo?
And I would probably shrug and buy them.
That's my Mexican accent. But
It's awful.
I have bought tamales from pretty much the same people, but they used to come door to door in this neighborhood. And I bought them a couple times, and they were really good.
Yeah.
And then I had kids, and I'm like, I'm okay risking my own life for this tamale, but I'm not going to buy them anymore because who knows what conditions they're cooked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got some great tamales upstairs, but there's like a meth lab downstairs, you know, who knows?
Right.
So
I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to go get like 20 hot and readies, and I'm going to see if I can sell them in the Smith's parking lot. Just like, hey, man, were you thinking about pizza for home? You don't even have to go to the store. Here, you can just come get it for me for $1 extra. Talk real fast like that.
you should put them in like the Ziploc bags, each slice.
Yeah.
You know? Pizza! Just follow the tamale guy around and be his competition.
Yeah, yeah. But then I'd act like I don't speak English too when they're like, I'd be like, pizza?
Pizza?
Pizza? But then when they talk to me in English, I'm like, no entiendo.
Pizza, $5? Oh, that was racist.
Yep.
Anyway, just make it Tijuana in that parking lot. You know, just yell at people.
Yeah. Chicle?
Anyway, but yeah, they're good tamales.
I am sure they are, but
They come in corn husks.
yeah. So they're the ones you buy at the store.
Yeah.
They're, regulated by the FDA or whatever.
What if you walked around with, so you would buy this, somebody walked around with like a jar of frosting and they sell it by the spoonful.
Spoonful of frosting?
It's like
Frosting?
$1 a spoonful.
Yeah.
He just keeps using the same spoon.
You're like, can you break a 5? They're like, no. You're like, all right, give him the 5.
And he just puts it in my mouth. I just take He
Yeah.
feeds it to me.
Selling food on the street, man, other than like licensed carts, I'm sure it's fine, but they could be stirring the salsa in their bathtub with a plunger.
That's
for
the
all
thing
you
I
know.
worry about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brother's father-in-law he bought a food truck, and he's a caterer for Mexican foods.
Yeah.
And incidentally, he's the same one who remodeled large portions of my house. But anyway, he just bought a food truck, and so he's trying to put that together. And
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're licensed, I love food trucks. I mean,
Yeah.
I've talked about Food Truck Day back in the summer. They have it every Monday.
it's coming again.
Yes, it is.
I'm excited. My pancreas isn't, but whatever. All right. Do you guys have anything to advertise?
No.
Well, no, not
It was
on the
just sprung on us.
spur of the moment.
Any games?
Haven't found something in the 2 minutes since you told us about that.
So I just came up with this like right before the podcast. So,
Well, it was a good idea.
okay. I hope so.
I like the idea.
And the money will come,
Yeah, the money will come.
and whoever buys that will too. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's got CLOVE.
And hopefully you get some advertising revenue.
Clove.
It's a
Like
you cook
cloves?
with
Like
it.
the-
Yeah, it's like cloves. Yeah, clove oil.
Oh,
Yeah, just the.
what
I don't know why it's made
what does
with
it
clove.
Do like
Maybe it makes it taste good.
Apparently enhances pleasure, makes it.
what is it, like
Less
make it tingly or
uncomfortable?
something?
Didn't it say it removes discomfort?
This
Like
is a desensitizes.
desensitizes.
So it's like a local anesthetic.
Yeah, it mentions the discomfort thing like 12 times in that thing. You
Tell you
Well,
what.
it's called anal lube.
Tell you what. You buy it, I'll try it, and then I'll report back here.
Well, I've got Purple Pete. You can borrow them if you want.
I don't want to know what that is. It sounds dangerous and too big.
think of that opening act we talked about.
Yeah,
It was procured on an impulse while I was on my honeymoon, and it turned out to be unusable. Let's put it that
Oh,
way.
yeah. I gotcha. I've had one of those.
That's more information I've ever shared to anybody.
Well, should we have just a quick couple rounds of
Would you rather?
Would You Rather?
Yeah, if you got the thing.
Hopefully we have some left here.
Yeah.
My computer's not hooked up, so I can't look up anymore. Whose turn is it to
Moderate. I think it's John's.
Alrighty.
Unless John wants to play.
No, I'm cool.
It's you and me, man.
on 3?
On 3. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
I don't know what that was. It was
It's like Wolverine claw.
yeah.
Sneak. 1, 2, 3.
Aw.
I win. I can see into your mind.
All right, Zach.
Hi.
Would you rather have to sing the #1 charting song every time you have sex, or have sex with the #1 charting artist once?
Who's the #1 charting artist right now?
Isn't that song from Encanto, the We Don't Talk About Bruno song, the #1? So would you sing that every time you had sex?
How old is the person singing it?
I'm
It's
sure
an
they're
adult.
They're an adult.
They're an adult? I'd rather have sex with them. I don't want to have to sing that every single time. That's just awful and obnoxious.
There's a girl on my team who actually knows the actress. Yeah.
Can you hook this up and just tell them?
I can try.
Tell them that there was a would you rather
Make this
situation.
make this come true for you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. I fell into my own trap.
Jason, would you rather your Instagram followers see your nudes or
Yes.
your grandparents?
My grandparents are also followers on my Instagram.
Oh well.
They would be
So
if
you
they
get
were
both.
dead.
You don't have to pick.
If I was gonna have nudes on the internet, I want everyone to see them. Might as well.
Might as well.
This
Yeah.
is implying that you don't want people to see them, which is a silly assumption.
No, I have a website, jasoninthebathtub.com. It's all kinds of like boudoir level pictures of
Ooh.
me in the bathtub. You know,
All right, I'll look that up after a while here.
I wonder if that's a real website.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3. Dang it! I did it again.
Yeah, some of these are really dirty.
I just read some of them over your shoulder, and yeah, they're dirty.
Oh, dear.
Would you rather have sex in a smelly bathroom or a stain-filled bed? So at Motel 6, either way.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd say probably the bed. There's less chance of fecal matter. Not entirely erased.
No.
Just less chance. One more?
Yeah.
All right.
You caught on.
I caught on.
Yeah. And it's hard to find something I want to say.
And you can say anything to me because,
You could say anything to me, too.
nuh-uh.
Huh?
I try not to put you guys in marriage compromising positions.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Would you rather have forks for fingers or balls under your chin?
Oh, wow. Okay, wait.
Like that guy in Men in Black.
Yeah. I guess I'd go with forks for fingers because the ball chin thing, like I do a lot of leaning into my hand.
I thought you were going to say a lot of like self-examination for cancer.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I call that foreplay.
I guess the forks would be nice because then I can get the hard to reach spots to itch.
Oh.
Or to scratch, I mean.
I just want flippers.
You can have flippers.
Can you imagine how you could bitch slap so much more effectively with a flipper?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
All right. I think that's probably good for...
If anyone's
we
still
gotta find
with
some
us
new
at this point.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm with us at this point. We need some new ones.
Oh, dear. All right. It's button time.
Button time. Button. And now it's time for show and tell.
All right. Show and tell. My favorite game to play with my Scoutmaster.
Ugh. How do you still have a Scoutmaster at this age?
He's in my basement, locked up.
Oh, okay.
That's dark.
Lighten the mood.
I'm going to go first if you guys are cool with it.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it.
Let me just quickly order some of this Swiss Navy desensitizing anal lube. I got a coupon.
Ooh.
All right. So this is from BuzzFeed. It's by Cassie Smythe from the BuzzFeed staff, and it's cringy stories that will make you want to turn inside out. Incidentally, I looked for my content by Googling funny public nudity stories. And this is what came out. So this one says, the new office blunder. I had just started a new job and was trying to bond with my new colleagues in the kitchen while on a tea break. So far, so good, that is, until I needed the milk for my brew. Rather than politely asking if I could borrow it, for a reason still unknown to myself, I blurted out, "Milk me!" and followed it with a nod in the direction of the milk, only making the situation creepier and more awkward. That's from Zoe Barber.
Nice.
This is called The Mortifying Mistake. At work, I told the little boy to not run with his arms in his shirt. Then the dad told me he had no arms. I was mortified.
Oh.
Because she thought he was like hiding his arms.
Yeah.
This is called The Cringy Cover-Up. I showed up late to a Girl Scout meeting when I arrived, they were doing an activity about clicks. I'd never seen the word written down, so I said out loud, "But I don't know what a cliche is." Everyone looked at me like I was an idiot until someone finally said, "It says click." Unable to admit my mistake and desperately wanting to save face, I couldn't just let it go and instead said, "Well, you can also spell it cliche that way. It's an alternate spelling. I think about it every couple of months and just relive the embarrassment all over again."
Sad.
This is called The Romantic Confession. Mine was just at my corner shop buying wine. I hadn't drank yet, so was completely sober, and when the man handed me my change, I meant to say "lovely, thank you," but actually said "love you." I've done that before.
Yeah.
The awkward relation. So when I did, it's D of E at school. What does that mean?
The what?
D of E. DOFE.
I don't know.
Is it detention or
What is it?
is this like a cool new thing that the kids are abbreviating? All right.
Oh, D of E. So, yeah, like U of U,
Oh.
right?
Oh. Well, anyway, one of the teachers was just a misery, just nasty. So when I got back to school, I was talking with two of my friends, and this one girl I didn't recognize was with them. I was talking about D of E and said, Mr. S is a horrible person, and had a mini rant about him. When I finished, my two friends looked at each other, then at me, and then really nervously started giggling. The girl, it turned out, was Mr. S's daughter. So it's kind of weird. Here's another one. I was a server, and I got tired of saying the same farewell to every table, so I always tried to change it up. One time I'd settled the bill with two older gentlemen, and I was trying to say, thanks for coming, or thanks for letting me serve you, but nope. I said, thanks for letting me come. They both laughed, and as I walked away to die, I heard one say, well, you're welcome. Forever the worst moment of my life. So it's called the terrible translator. When I first moved to Spain, I asked for una paja with my drink. The barman looked slightly pleased with himself, but he didn't give me the straw I thought I'd asked for. Turns out that straw in Spanish is pajita, whereas I'd asked for a wank.
Oh, good.
This is the embarrassing innuendo. I work at a supermarket in the floral department, which means we blow up balloons and sometimes we lose them to the ceiling. So we have a telescopic pole that we use to get them down. I made the mistake of telling my new store manager that I was really good at working the pole. Groan. He laughed, though. Let's see. This is the professional poop mishap. I was in IT in the Navy, and we were transitioning over to civilian contracted networks, so we had to set up everyone's ID cards to work as login credentials. We called them smart cards, or CAC, which stands for Common Access Card. We pronounced them as CAC cards. I was in the office with one of our pilots who happened to be smoking hot, helping him set up his card for use. When it came time to insert his card into the reader for initialization, I said casually, okay, sir, you can stick your CAC in now. I'll say that out loud. I've never wanted to fade into oblivion so much in my life. Here's another one. It's called the suggestive farewell. After weighing in at my slimming group, I said I felt unwell, so was going home to bed. I felt bad for leaving the group, so said to the leader, I'll be thinking of you in bed. I could have died. Let's see. I'm an EMT in a hospital emergency room trying to put an attachment onto my stretcher. I was crouched down with my partner and said to him, I can't get it in. Of course, for once in my life, it was actually quiet in the ER, and every single patient and staff member heard me. Everyone busted out laughing, and of course, I'm sitting there bright red, still trying to get it in. Oh. Let's see. I'll do one more. The cringy text conversation. When I was in 7th grade, I really liked this guy, but he had a girlfriend. So I texted him and was like, I like you. It gets worse. Then he texted me saying, okay, I don't really like you back. And then legit, shit you not, I said, we can fix that. That's kind of baller right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When I got rejected, I just like run away crying.
I don't run away. I just cry right there. Are you sure? Are you sure?
But I really, really like you. Yeah.
Well, just play it cool. Like, well, I don't really like you either. I was just messing with you.
Yeah, that doesn't work either. Also, if you punch them, it doesn't help. So, anyway, first few felonious assaults were because I was rejected by girls. No, I'm kidding.
Are you, though?
Who's up next?
I think I am. All right.
That's me avoiding editing.
I found some stuff here on Oxygen True Crime.
Oh, geez, that's Oprah's network.
Yeah. Yeah, so the first one is woman charged with trying to buy another woman's baby in Walmart self-checkout line.
Whoa.
Rebecca Lynette Taylor is accused of offering another Walmart shopper up to $500,000 to purchase her baby. A Texas woman is accused of trying to buy another woman's baby for hundreds of thousands of dollars while in line at a self-checkout at Walmart. Let's see.
Was she selling tamales as well?
I know, right? She might as well have been.
If someone says no on the tamales, okay, well, how would you like to buy a baby instead?
Let's see. Was arrested on January 18th and charged with the offense of the sale or purchase of a child in connection with an incident that allegedly occurred 5 days prior. Let's see. On January 13th, the mother of the child in question called police advising a white woman with blonde hair approached her in the Crockett Walmart wanting to purchase her son. The mother claimed that Taylor allegedly approached her as she was waiting to scan items in self-checkout. She claimed that Taylor began commenting on her son's blonde hair and blue eyes. Oh, well, that's why. Because she's racist.
If it was a ginger, she would have had no interest.
Oh, no, she probably would have thrown up on her shoes. I know I would have. They're disgusting.
Go for a lot less than blonde hair, blue-eyed baby. She should have scanned the baby in the self-checkout and said, here you go.
Before asking how much could she purchase him for. When the mother laughed over the question, assuming it was a joke, Taylor allegedly told her that she had $250,000 in the car and she would pay that much for him.
Oh yeah, come to my car.
I know, this lady's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. The mother also claims that both Taylor and a female companion began calling her son by his name without having been told it.
Oh,
that is creepy as hell.
The mother claims that Taylor followed her out to the parking lot where she proceeded to offer more money for her child.
So, word to the wise, do not go to the parking lot. Go straight to security.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, but she waited. Once in the parking lot, Taylor began screaming, saying if she wouldn't take $250,000 for him, then she would give her $500,000 because she wanted him and she was going to take him, the statement says. Surveillance video from Walmart seemingly confirmed the incident. Yeah.
Wow.
There's some crazy people out there.
Dang, I need to have more babies.
Think of how much money. $500,000 a pop.
Right? You couldn't.
That's $1 million for the twins right there.
I'm going to talk to Megan tonight. So
blonde hair, blue eyes, though.
Can't do that.
Yeah. See,
Megan has blue eyes, so my baby could have blue eyes.
But they probably won't be gingers, so you're
actually
good.
Look at my beard.
It's possible.
It's possible. Megan's mom has red hair. You saw Lizzie when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Let's see, here we go.
Yes, I'm considering this. Just kidding, FBI.
Nah, they're not listening to this. They gave up they're like, these guys are just gross, and then they gave up. That was it.
Dang it, there goes our listeners.
All right. Visibly proud Florida man calls 911 for a ride home repeatedly. Did we already do this one?
Is that the Hooters one or no?
I don't know, let's find out. By now, most people have heard the joke about the Florida man, blah, blah, blah. Matthew Leatham, who has a very prominent tattoo of the Florida state outline on his face.
He is Florida man.
He is Florida man. He is the king. Florida has a king. His name is Matthew Leatham. All right. Was charged on Sunday morning in Pasco County for misuse of the 911 system and possession of marijuana, according to court records.
If you're going to call 911, don't have drugs on you.
I know. The 22-year-old had called 911 twice in order to find a ride home and swore repeatedly at the operator while doing so. The arresting officer initially offered to help the Newport Richey resident get a taxi after the first 911 call, but Leatham allegedly refused, saying he had no money and kept walking. He then called 911 for a second time, at which point the officer located him, arrested him, and searched him, according to WFLA. He allegedly found marijuana in Leatham's possession.
Nice.
That's funny.
It is. I have to click through these, sorry. All right. William Rose allegedly told police that he wanted to take his dog for a walk one last time before throwing him in the dumpster. A Texas man who initially claimed that his dog had died from depression has been
Wait, is the dog dead when he was taking it for a walk?
That's a secret. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
A Texas man who initially claimed that his dog had died from depression had been charged this week with animal cruelty for allegedly strangling the pooch to death, which is sad. I did not know that was part of the story. William Rose, a 40-year-old San Antonio resident, was arrested Monday for cruelty to non-livestock animals, online jail records show. The alleged incident occurred over the summer, according to the local outlets. An unnamed neighbor told police that they had observed Rose on August 8th carrying his dead dog by the neck. Oh, geez, this is like gross.
Do you remember that Simpsons episode where Homer's going to do stand-up comedian stuff?
Oh, yeah.
And then Smithers comes on
Are you ready
first.
to laugh?
He's like, ladies and gentlemen, a puppy has been run over in the parking lot. And now the comedy stylings of Homer Simpson.
They're all like, oh, that poor dog.
I kind of feel like that now.
Quiet, you awful man.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm going to stop reading that one because it wasn't what
Yeah.
I was led to believe.
There's that in Living Colors skit. Do you remember the blind guy always dragging around his dead German Shepherd? Do you remember that?
No.
It was played by
Jim Carrey.
no, it was
Jamie Foxx.
Jim Carrey again.
Greer.
Damon Wayans.
David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer, yeah.
He was the blind guy, and he always had this. It was a stuffed animal, but he was dragging around this dead dog, and nobody would tell him it was dead. It was like a recurring skit. It was really funny. So that's what that reminds me of, you know. Except I don't think he strangled this dog.
A Louisiana man pretended to have special needs in order to have women he hired as babysitters change his diapers was sentenced to probation this week. A judge sentenced Rutledge Diaz IV on Monday to 5 years of probation and 400 hours of community service, in addition to having to maintain employment, attend addiction counseling via the internet, and refrain from using social media, NOLA.com reports. The sentencing comes after Diaz pleaded guilty. Let's see. They arrested him following reports that he was using the internet to engage in fraud and later commit sexual battery. I guess, well, it's not telling me here. Once the workers arrived, Diaz would pretend to be Corey and have the women change his diapers, which aroused him sexually. See, I need to read these before. I need to vet this stuff.
Well, it's actually kind of funny. It reminds me of that episode of Just Shoot Me, I think, with that.
Oh yeah, he was
pretending to be special, but
right.
But he really wasn't, and yeah, that was pretty funny.
Or like the second Dumb and Dumber movie.
Haven't seen it, but
okay.
Jim Carrey pretends to be in a
for like 20 years.
He like pulls off the ultimate prank.
Yeah, like the lady from the first one, I guess, left him or something, and so he was acting like it devastated his life so much that he ended up in like a mental hospital, and he had Lloyd like changing his diapers. He had like a beard halfway down his chin, and then like in the beginning of the show, he's like, "Gotcha," and then Harry's like, "You threw away 20 years of your life just for a gag?" It's like, "Uh-huh." They're like high five, and that is awesome. So yeah, he spent 20 years willingly in a mental hospital for a gag.
Just a troll. That's awesome. I think that's heroic.
Well, I think in light of two of these going wrong, I'm probably going to give up on this on this website for the night.
No, you're good. No, it's good.
Yeah,
just pull up Cracked.
I should have pulled up Cracked. That's what I should have done. No, but we're good because we're running up against time anyway.
That's what happens for cheating on Cracked.
I really shouldn't have done that, right?
No, you're good.
All right. Guess it's me.
I just want to let you guys know that the government is sending out crack pipes to people.
I saw that.
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I saw the kit. What comes in it?
They have a kit that they want people to be safe while they're using drugs. So they're spending $30 million to send out like
crack pipes,
drug kits that include government issued crack pipes.
Wow.
I want one just to keep it for later, like as a see. Remember the time?
Yeah. Yep. Uncle Sam wants you to get high.
I want you
to get high. We need a T-shirt that says that.
Yep.
All right, son.
Don't do drugs, kids, or listen to our show. With President's Day coming up, I thought I'd have some fun facts about U.S. presidents.
Okay. No other presidents sent out crack pipes, though.
And that's probably true.
Joe Biden, best president ever.
This is from a several different sources. I kind of cobbled them together. One of them's from Cracked. I kind of stole from Zach. One from Best Life. A few other ones. What do Winston Churchill, Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, and Maureen Reagan all have in common?
They're astrologers.
Really? Winston Churchill and...
I don't know.
Well, they all claim to have seen the ghost of Abraham Lincoln in the White House.
Oh.
Apparently, of all the ghosts who supposedly haunt the White House, Lincoln's is the most popular.
Nice.
I've heard that.
All righty.
Unless it's just the Hat Man. Is Lincoln the Hat Man?
I think he's the Hat Man.
Hey.
Nice.
The much contested 2000 election between George W. Bush and Al Gore left a bitter taste in the mouths of the outgoing Clinton West Wing staffers. That's probably why they trashed the place to the tune of $14,000 in damages,
Oh my God.
including $4,850 it cost to replace all the computer keyboards where they'd pried off the W key.
Holy cow. That is some petty stuff right there.
It's kind of funny, actually.
In the early 80s, Mr. T was all the rage. So, of course, it stands to reason he'd be invited to play Santa Claus at the annual White House Christmas party.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
First Lady Nancy Reagan was so caught up in the spirit of things, she sat on Mr. T's lap to tell him what she wanted for Christmas.
Hot.
Mr. T wants to know if you want to go in the back.
I pity the fool.
I pity the president who doesn't please his woman. That's my Mr. T impression.
It's better than your Mexican accent.
It is, somehow. When President Jimmy Carter visited Poland in 1977, his interpreter mistranslated him multiple times. As such, his speech made it sound like he left the United States permanently and was never going back, and that he wanted to give Poland a hand job. In his speech, Carter said that he wanted to know more about the Polish people's desires for the future. Somehow his interpreter translated that as Carter saying he desired Poland's people sexually.
Oh, no.
Later, the misinterpreter also delivered mistranslations such as, I left the United States never to return, and that Carter was happy to grasp at Poland's private parts. Carter got a new translator for a state banquet later in the visit.
I'd have kept it. Oh, sorry.
But when Carter gave a toast, his interpreter this time refused to translate anything he was saying.
Oh, no.
It turned out this interpreter couldn't understand Carter's southern drawl and basically just stayed silent. So Carter's visit to Poland started with him saying he came to bone and was never going home, and it ended with him trying to give a toast and being met with crickets.
That's fantastic. Poor Carter. What a good guy.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, if I knew that my interpreter was making it awkward for everybody, I'd keep that interpreter.
Right.
Just because that'd be a great running gag.
Wouldn't it be fun to be an interpreter, though, and just, like, totally throw it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you got the leader of the free world.
Yeah,
you know?
how would it be if you were in that Polish audience? The leader of the free world comes up there and says, I came here to get laid and I'm never going home.
Yep. I'd like to give you a hand job.
That one's going to be hard to top. James Madison, in one of his first official actions under President George Washington, wrote 4 letters to himself. Just let me explain. When George Washington became president, he had James Madison pen up a letter to Congress expressing that he was excited to work with him. Washington wasn't the greatest wordsmith, and Madison was an excellent writer, so he had Madison do the job. Congress responded, but they also wanted Madison to write the letter because he was an excellent writer. So Madison wrote a response to his original letter saying that Congress was very excited to be working with the president. You'd think that would be all, but no. Washington sent a response to that response and had Madison write it, and Congress sent a response to that response, and they had Madison write that as well. So all in all, Madison had a whole little conversation with himself by mail in the form of 4 separate letters.
Poor guy was busy.
Let's see. Calvin Coolidge. You don't hear a lot about him, but apparently he was a weirdo.
Only the best president to ever live.
Right.
It says Calvin Coolidge had an odd breakfast time habit. After waking up, he liked to eat his breakfast while a servant massaged his scalp with Vaseline. He also had a childish sense of humor and liked to press the emergency button in the Oval Office and then hide when the Secret Service came in to see what was going on.
So we're not really that far off with Biden.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure everything's just normal.
Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan both claimed to have seen UFOs. In fact, Ronald Reagan was such a big believer that in 1985, he had an agreement with former Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev that if either the USA or the Soviet Union was ever invaded by aliens, they would end the Cold War and come to the other country's defense.
Independence Day.
President Benjamin Harrison was terrified of electricity. He was the president in the White House when electric lighting was first installed in 1891, but him and his wife Mary were so afraid of being electrocuted by this newfangled technology that they refused to use light switches themselves, always having one of the household staff do it instead.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
But hey, maybe that whole closet full of like electrocuted, interns proved him right.
Right.
Let's find a few more.
Thank you for serving your country. Turns the light switch on.
Here's another Jimmy Carter mistranslation one. Jimmy Carter slew an entire audience with a single joke, or so he thought. In 1981, Carter opened a speech to an audience of Japanese college students with a joke that caused everyone to erupt into raucous laughter. Raucous?
Raucous.
When he later asked the translator what happened, the translator admitted that he never delivered the joke at all. So what did he tell the audience? The guy just said, President Carter told a funny story. Everyone must laugh.
I love it.
Just phoning it in.
Yep. Zachary Taylor, known for being the
best president that ever existed.
And the voice of young Simba.
That was Jonathan Taylor Thomas? That one?
Sorry.
Zachary Taylor was a president who rose to fame by being the U.S. general in the Mexican-American War.
Yeah, my people hate him.
And he was considered a war hero. After serving just 16 months in office, he died by overdosing on cherries.
Because they have cyanide in them.
Specifically, at a 4th of July celebration in Washington, D.C. in 1850, Taylor chomped down on large amounts of cherries and gulped ice milk. The combination of the acidic cherries along with the milk is believed to have caused gastroenteritis, causing severe cramping, nausea, dehydration, and eventually death 5 days later.
So he got the shits and died?
Yeah, he survived the Spanish-American War as the general, then ate too many cherries and died.
Montezuma's revenge.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Lyndon Johnson gave interviews on the toilet.
I didn't know that, actually.
He also once took a whiz in the White House parking lot when the urge took him.
What are you going to do? He's the president.
I'm the president, bitch.
Yep.
I pee where I want.
Zip.
Let's see if there's any other.
I bet Clinton's zipper couldn't stay up.
Hey.
I feel your pain and your boobs.
Your
Clinton is better than your Mexican accent.
Right.
It's Calvin Coolidge again. He liked bizarre animals, so he had a menagerie of weird pets. He had a donkey named Ebenezer, a bobcat named Smokey, and a pair of lion cubs, which were a gift from the government of South Africa that he named Tax Reduction and Budget Bureau.
He just became my favorite president.
That's stupid.
Oh, Ebenezer.
I'm thinking of the Tiger King now.
Yeah.
He should be president, right?
The Tiger King?
Yes.
We basically were there with Trump, right? I mean, we had Hillary, Carol Baskin, and we had the Tiger King. It was the 2016 election. One
Actually,
murderer
Yeah.
versus crazy yellow-haired weirdo. That's why everybody loves the Tiger King.
During his time in office, John Quincy Adams had a daily ritual of going skinny dipping in the Potomac River.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you'd get away with that nowadays.
Actually, Biden used to do it in the White House pool.
You
Used
what?
to?
When he was vice president, he would skinny dip in front of the Secret Service.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how you got to live.
All right.
I guess you get to an age where you just don't care.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as proven by old men in gym locker rooms.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, Calvin Coolidge again. That guy's a weirdo. He was quite the animal lover. In addition to his adopted lions, he also loved horses. Unfortunately, he was allergic. As a result, someone bought the president a mechanical horse as a gag gift. But Coolidge missed the joke and installed the apparatus in a dressing room next to his bedroom. From then on, he rode the horse frequently, sometimes wearing his hat and nothing else.
Again, my favorite president.
Why
now.
have we not heard more about this guy?
Same guy who would press the emergency button and hide.
Yeah, and had the Vaseline massaged into his scalp during breakfast.
What a freaking weirdo.
School is run by Puritans. That's why.
Yes.
They don't want us to enjoy history.
Yeah. I'd love to learn these facts. I would have remembered these facts.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I think this is the last one. Lyndon Johnson also liked to freak out guests by pretending to crash his car into a lake.
Oh, I remember this one.
That's how he tested the character of others. He pretended to get them into a car crash to see how they would react. Johnson was the owner of an amphicar, a vehicle that operated as a car on land and as a boat on water. So he would volunteer to drive, then pretend to lose control of the vehicle and careen into a body of water, freaking his guests out in the process.
I would do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, I think that's the last.
I'm surprised
good
there's
one
no
I'm gonna
JFK
read.
stories in there.
There is, but they're all about like affairs and stuff.
All right, that's the juicy
I wouldn't
stuff.
say they're really funny.
They had like secret passages in the White House, I've heard, where he like funneled in prostitutes and stuff.
Yeah, that's on here. It says he had dozens of affairs estimated. Teddy Roosevelt used to have boxing matches inside the White House. He even lost sight in one eye while boxing
Oh my gosh.
in the White House.
Nice. Calvin Coolidge
Yeah,
is a cool
little
cat.
things like that. Bill Clinton lost the nuclear launch codes.
Here they are.
It says for
this
month-
bra here.
So, yeah, he lost his personal ID code needed to confirm nuclear launches for months before finding it.
Oh my gosh.
So that's kind of a big deal. And then yeah, some of these other ones we've said before in some of our history episodes.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that about does it for us, right? This
It was
week.
fun hanging out with you guys.
So yeah.
Yeah. So please join us next week when we'll have a very special surprise guest.
Really?
No.
Oh.
That's the surprise.
Hey,
Surprise, there is no
surprise.
guest.
We just have to keep these people coming back for more.
Come back for more.
Have a good one.
See ya.